So, how could a good and loving God allow so much pain and suffering into the world? Okay, well, here's my answer. If God is all good and all loving, and He really does love us, then He has to give us a choice. He has to give us a choice to either love Him or not to love Him. Because the moment He chooses to force that love upon us and make us love Him, it's not real love. It's something all different altogether. Okay, so the problem with love is choice. We can either choose to love Him or we can choose to love ourselves. We can either choose to love other people and your family, your friends, or you can choose to love yourself. So the problem with evil is love. The problem with love is choice, and the problem with choice is selfishness. When people are selfish, they do things like steal. I really want this, and I don't have any other means to get it, so I'm just going to take it from my friend, or take it from my family, or take it from this person I just don't know. Another thing, well, say you want to do something good, so you're just going to let your friend or your family borrow some money. But the end of the month comes around, and they still haven't paid you back. And you need to make your car payment or your house payment. What are you going to do? You start to get angry, you start to get mad. Maybe you excommunicate them because they didn't pay you back, or you plot against them and you just hold all this anger and resentment towards them, and maybe you beat them up to get your money, or you kill them because they didn't pay you. Okay, another thing, when people drink or do drugs, that's really selfish. It destroys the family, honestly. If your wife doesn't want you to go and drink, and you're barely scraping by, you're going to go out and you're going to buy some weed, or you're going to go out and you're going to drink, you're taking away from your family. That's really selfish. And your wife gets mad, she gets angry, it just causes a whole bunch of drama, and then she gets furious, she gets mad, she yells at the kids are angry, the kids are mad, they yell at their friends, they're in a bad mood, it just spirals out of control. Okay, sex. That's a really another selfish thing. When two people have sex, they think it's not affecting anybody, it's just affecting me. Well, you're wrong, because when people have sex, they have kids. When people have kids before they're ready to have kids, the kid is the one that's screwed. The kid may not have enough money to do what they need to do. The parents may barely scrape by. They may not have enough money for diapers or for food, and if they do get past that, when the kid gets older, they're gonna have health, what if they break a bone, or what if the kid wants to do some sports or some extracurricular activities? Well, the kid can't because you don't have the money, because you were too selfish and decided to have sex. Another good thing, when two people have sex and they have a kid, they are together for the wrong reasons. They're together for the kid, not because they love each other. So the parents, they fight, they argue, they get mad at each other, they yell, they scream, and the kid is just in that environment. The parents split up. The kid doesn't have a dad or doesn't have a mom, and the son doesn't know how to act like a man or be a man, and the girl doesn't know how to act like a lady or be a mom. And then there's just this generation without parents, and there's so much brokenness and hurting, and there's so much sadness. So we can either be selfish and do what we want to do, but if we do that, other people around us are going to get hurt. And when the people around us get hurt, the people around them are going to get hurt. And it's this downward, spiraling, domino effect thing that in turn makes brokenness and hurting worse and worse and worse for everybody. So we can either choose to do what we want to do or to help other people. The problem with evil is love. The problem with love is choice. The problem with choice is selfishness. Now, what can we do about it? We can either love people and forgive them and let it go. Be the better person. Who cares if they've wronged you in the past? Just let it go. That's the only thing we can do. We can love on them and we forgive them. And if we can accomplish those two things, the world really will be a better place. And don't blame God for all the brokenness and hurting in the world, because He gave you a choice, and you want that choice. You want the ability to do whatever you want to do. You like having free will. So, God loves you.